Your worth is not a question to be answered by the world, but a truth to be remembered by your heart. And that is the thought for today. Welcome to 7 Good Minutes. I'm Clyde Lee Dennis. Thanks for joining me for what I believe will be 7 of the most enriching minutes of your day. In today's episode of 7 Good Minutes, we talk about building your inner confidence before you walk out the door. Enjoy. There's something powerful that happens in those quiet moments before you step into the world. Before you face that meeting, that conversation, that challenge waiting for you beyond your front door. It's in these precious minutes that you have the opportunity to build something unshakable within yourself. A foundation of self-worth that no external circumstance can diminish. By the end of this episode, you'll understand how to cultivate genuine self-esteem from the inside out, creating an inner sanctuary of confidence that travels with you wherever you go. Self-esteem isn't about convincing yourself you're perfect or pretending you have no areas for growth. True self-esteem is about recognizing your inherent worth as a human being, independent of your performance, achievements, or the opinions of others. It's about understanding that your value isn't something you earn. It's something you already possess. Think about it this way. A tree doesn't question its right to grow toward the sun. It doesn't compare its leaves to the tree beside it or worry about whether it's tall enough, strong enough, or beautiful enough. It simply exists, draws nourishment from its roots, and reaches naturally toward the light. Your self-esteem can work the same way. Rooted in the simple truth of your existence, growing naturally toward your highest potential. Before you step out into your day, take a moment to connect with this truth. You are not your mistakes, your past failures, or your current struggles. You are not the critical voice in your head or the harsh judgments you sometimes carry. You are a unique expression of life itself, with gifts to offer that no one else can give in quite the same way. This understanding transforms how you move through the world. When your self-esteem comes from within, you're no longer at the mercy of external validation. A compliment becomes a nice bonus rather than a desperate need. Criticism becomes information to consider rather than a verdict on your worth. Challenges become opportunities to grow rather than threats to your identity. But how do you build this inner foundation, especially when you're feeling uncertain or vulnerable? Start with small acts of self-compassion. Speak to yourself the way you would speak to a dear friend facing the same situation. Notice the harsh inner critic and gently redirect that voice toward kindness. Acknowledge your efforts, not just your outcomes. Remember the times you've overcome difficulties before. Your history is filled with evidence of your resilience, your ability to learn, your capacity to adapt and grow. These aren't accidents. They're expressions of your inherent strength and wisdom. Let this recognition settle into your bones, becoming part of how you see yourself. Practice gratitude for who you are, not just what you do. Appreciate your curiosity, your compassion, your unique way of seeing the world. Value your willingness to try, to care, to keep showing up even when things get difficult. These qualities are precious and worthy of recognition. As you prepare to step out into your day, carry this truth with you. You belong in every room you enter. Not because you're perfect, but because you're human. Not because you have all the answers, but because you're willing to learn. Not because you never feel afraid, but because you choose courage anyway. Your self-esteem isn't dependent on having everything figured out. It's built on the foundation of self-acceptance, the recognition that you are enough exactly as you are, while still being open to growth and change. This paradox, being complete and still becoming, is at the heart of genuine confidence. When you walk out that door today, you're not just carrying your hopes and plans. You're carrying the accumulated wisdom of every experience that has shaped you, the strength that has carried you through every challenge, and the love that connects you to something larger than yourself. Let this be your reminder. Your worth isn't up for debate. Your value isn't determined by external circumstances. Your self-esteem is your birthright, waiting to be claimed and nurtured from within. Step out into your day knowing that you carry everything you need inside you already. That does it for today's episode of 7 Good Minutes. Please take a moment to rate and review the show on the platform you're listening on. Until next time, let's be civil to one another out there. Thanks for listening.